Back in the 1990s, the internet felt experimental. Slow connections, basic websites, and a handful of companies promising the future.
Allison, can you explain what internet is?
Oh, that's
that little mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At?
See, that's what I said. There it is. Violence at NBC GE.com. I mean, what
do you
is
say to that,
internet
Allison?
anyway?
Those early days defined entire industries.
Every business, no matter how large, no matter how small, will be on the internet in the year 2000.
And today, artificial intelligence feels like it's at the very same moment.
Bittensor.
Bittensor is
Bittensor.
Bittensor is emerging as the Bitcoin of AI.
Back in the mid-1990s, the internet was still this strange frontier. Companies like Netscape or Yahoo had massive valuations, not because they were making billions, but because investors saw the future. Fast forward to today, and artificial intelligence is in the exact same position. The biggest AI leaders, think OpenAI, Anthropic, Grok, are being valued on promise, not just revenue. And here's the key point: investing in Bitensor subnets today may be just like investing in the early internet. Let's break this down. Back in the .com era, investors piled into companies that built the foundation of the web.
I started out with 3,000, and currently I'm up to 500,000.
Is this your version of the American dream?
All my friends tell me so I would say yes.
They didn't know exactly which businesses would win, but they knew the technology itself was unstoppable.
This is not a fad. This is a revolution underway that's affecting the way we do business and live our lives.
Today's AI ecosystem feels eerily similar. Big players are securing billion-dollar checks, and their valuations already reflect enormous expectations.
Is every valuation just lifting out on the West Coast if you're involved in AI programming?
Absolutely, yes, is the short answer. And
if you buy those companies now, you'd be paying a massive premium. But what if there was a way to get in early? To invest not just in the giants, but in the up-and-coming builders of AI infrastructure. That's where Bittensor and its subnets come in. Bittensor is a decentralized AI network. Think of it as an open internet for machine intelligence. Inside Bittensor, there are subnets.
Bittensor is this massive umbrella company, and under it, it has sub-companies, which are commonly known as subnets.
Each subnet is its own marketplace where miners provide AI services and validators curate the best results. Each subnet issues its own token called Alpha Token, which captures the value of that market. And thanks to something called Dynamic Tau or DTAU, holders can stake into these subnets and earn exposure to their growth. In other words, each subnet is like an early stage internet company. They're young, experimental, and full of potential.
Long term, I believe that it's very easy to predict that there are going to be lots of successful companies born of the internet. They're going to have very large market caps and so on.
The next question is, why aren't these subnet valuations already sky high? Well, because most of the subnets are still proving themselves. They're in the early innings. Many don't have massive user adoption yet, or they're still developing their revenue streams. Liquidity is also thin, so prices haven't exploded the way we've seen with big AI equities. And that creates opportunity.
If you don't get on this technology boom, if you don't compete, if you just kind of look around and resent that you're falling behind, you're gonna just be left in the dust. You're gonna miss the whole thing.
But just like the early internet, most projects won't make it.
Most internet companies will fail. A very few will succeed spectacularly.
But the ones that do could define the next era of AI infrastructure.
And that's why it's so profitable.
Let's highlight a couple of these subnets, starting with yours truly, subnet number 8, or proprietary trading network. This subnet is designed as a decentralized trading competition. Miners or traders submit long or short signals across various different markets like crypto and forex. To qualify, these traders must pass a 60-day challenge, show consistent risk-adjusted returns, and stay within strict drawdown limits. The strongest strategies are combined into this continuously adaptive super strategy which aggregates the best signals in real time. It's a subnet that democratizes these elite quant trading strategies, making Subnet 8 the hub for finance-focused AI innovation.
There has been the most extraordinary amount of wealth creation. And we're not just talking about the few people at the top who've got mega bucks, struck it rich, and have taken it all to the bank. You're talking about a deepening of wealth across the board. What we've got here is a broad-based wealth creation machine, and that's what it is. This is a money machine. It's printing it like there's no tomorrow.
Ridges is building autonomous AI agents designed to handle complex engineering workflows, essentially replacing or augmenting entire dev teams.
In your opinion, do they deserve to get this rich this quickly?
No, I don't think there's a question of deserving. I mean, these people have invented a new product and a new science and a new way of life. Really.
Institutional investors have already made six-figure bets on Ridges because it's tackling a massive market, autonomous software development. These are early stage plays, but even if one of them becomes mainstream or essential infrastructure for AI, the upside is enormous. And these are just two examples. Across the entire Bitensor ecosystem, dozens of subnets are experimenting with everything from synthetic data to decentralized compute markets.
These people who are creating these internet sites and creating the internet revolution, they're really artists. They are creators. They are really, they're not scientists, they're artists.
They're the inventors of the day, and they're being paid accordingly.
Investing in them is like scanning the internet in 1996 and asking yourself which of these experiments could be the next Amazon or Google.
No one's absolutely sure where it's all headed, but they all want a ticket on the ride.
And if you want to know more, there's some great resources out there. The official Bitensor documentation has a deep dive on how Bitensor subnets actually work. There's a fantastic analysis piece on subnet investment opportunities. And one of the most valuable resources I found is the Revenue Search podcast hosted by DSV. DSV is a Bitensor subnet hedge fund, and their show digs into real numbers, real subnet strategies, and where institutional money is flowing. I'll drop a link in the description below so you can check out more. To wrap it up, investing in subnets today feels a lot like investing in the internet before it went mainstream. Most will fail, but a few could define the next generation of AI. So do your research, follow the data, explore the resources linked below, because the decentralized AI future is just beginning.
Millions of Americans own a personal computer. If you're one of them, you can now glimpse the future with nothing more than a modem, a phone line, a few dollars a month.
It's the primary way that people will look up information. It will replace the yellow pages as we know it today.
It's very hip to be on the internet right now.
There is violence at NBC, GE.com. I mean,
imagine a world where every word ever written, every picture ever painted, and every film ever shot could be viewed instantly in your home via an information superhighway, a high-capacity digital communications network.
I'm afraid that if I subscribed to something like the internet, it would really be hooked. I would get hooked and I would never...
One of the world's largest bookstores is not a place to visit. We're in a book warehouse, not a bookstore. Buyers can't walk in here the way customers do every day at this bookstore in Pioneer Square. At Amazon.com, the front door is a page out on the internet.
We've demonstrated that internet retailing and online commerce works. We're living proof.